What's going on, people? Patrick here with Silver Wolf Guns and Gear Reviews, and we're talking today about the M&P Shield Plus Performance Ammo model. Now, this is part 2 of this video. Basically, the first one was the initial opening of it and trying it out. So today is the updated version of after I actually shot it and put a couple hundred rounds to it. So let's get started. If you don't know already, this is the Shield Plus. Comes with fiber optic rear sight and front sight, red in the rear, green in the front. Let's see if I can show that to you. There we go. There we go. Now the slide does have slide cuts on it, and also actually has a ported barrel. Okay. Takes a 13 round magazine and a 10 round magazine, which for this size handgun is fantastic. So my issue with this was the slide lock / slide release was not working to release it. No matter how hard I pushed on this thing, it would not let it drop down. So after I sent a email to Smith & Wesson, asking them what's going on with it, and my theory, well, I'll get into my theory in a second on that. They replied back asking, well, how many rounds have I shot through it yet? And technically it's a slide lock, not slide release, and they prefer people do the slingshot to engage the pistol. But they did say if I wanted to send it in to them, that they would send me a ticket to do that and a shipping label. Now, my deal is I love this handgun. It's just a great handgun. It's a perfect size. The round capacity is fantastic. But again, if it's a performance center, to me, the performance center ones are the more special Shield Pluses, the more special handguns and rifles, I guess, from Smith & Wesson. They're supposed to be hand touched, not just run off on the machine and boxed. Performance Center supposedly does the little tweakings by hand. Okay, so why didn't anybody notice that we had this issue where the slide release was not working? And that was my issue when they sent me the reply email back. These days, I believe every handgun should have a slide relief if it's your release, especially if it's your EDC, because you might need your other hand, if you're a right or left-handed person, to help defend yourself. So usually in an EDC situation, some shit's hitting the fan, you have to draw your gun in an emergency. You might be using, I might be using my left hand to push somebody away while I draw. Okay, so same thing is if I shot through all my rounds on the first one, God forbid, that happened, and I slammed in a reload, I might need that other hand to knock somebody back if they're coming at me, or to hold somebody from running in front of the line of fire while I release the slide to be able to get off more rounds if I need. Okay, it shouldn't be an EDC gun that doesn't have a slide release. All right, just for that main factor, and there's a lot of people out there where you can rack it off a table, you can rack it off a thing, your boot or your hip, you can pull back the slide and that. Sure you can, but in a crazy ass situation, I'm trained that this finger is what does it, not for, oh shit, I gotta find a table. Oh crap, let me whack it on my pants, okay? I don't want to lose that line of sight by doing that. If I'm up here like this and I'm aiming at somebody, because I'm in that kind of crazy situation, I gotta release the slide, I want to be able to do it with my thumb. And like I said, have this hand available just in case some shit hits the fan, or let's say my left hand is disabled from what happened, from the fight or whatever the case is. I need that extra. So anyway, enough of me babbling about that. All right, let's lock this back again. Now, I did notice after 150 rounds, I was able to get it to release, right? But still with a lot of pressure. I'm going to try to demonstrate it now. I did notice when there was a full mag in it, it was a little bit easier. Not that much. I still had to struggle to make it happen. Not like a regular M&P 2.0. This is my full size. All right. So let's lock this one back and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So with this particular one, I'm going to try to do it this way. I'll do it with my finger so you can kind of see it. All right. That's it. My left-handed, pointing finger was able to release the slide. Not a big deal. Nice and easy. This particular one, I'm pushing with my thumb. 2 hands, I still can't get it. And you can see what I mean and how stiff it is. I can't get it to work. Now, here's a 12-round magazine. Here's a snap cap that I put in there. And I know some people in my comments said, well, maybe if you slam the magazine in, that'll get it to drop. You know, some handguns do that. I said that pretty hard. You can see the camera move. Okay, it does not get it to release. But now let's try it with that in there. I still can't get it to release. So maybe because the gun was hot when I was shooting it, you know, after 100 rounds or so, you know, it heated it up and kind of loosened it a little bit, and that's what made it go back a little easier. Because as you can see, it's not stuck. Now let's do the crazy knuckle wipe. Watch me pinch myself on camera. It still ain't fucking working. So yeah, to me that's an issue. Okay. Again, in an ADC situation, you may not be able to use this hand to do this. All right. Again, now I love the handgun. Again, it's a great size. And actually, I did compare it today up against this, which is the 4-inch with the Apex trigger. And also up against my 365 XL. I wanted to do a shooting comparison. I didn't film it because, let's be honest, folks, it's only me. I don't have an extra camera person or persons to help me out here. It's just me doing this video. And that's why you can tell about the fantastic quality of the video. You know, but I wasn't able to, you know, to get there and have somebody hold the camera as I'm shooting and everything else. So I apologize, but, you know, hey, that's where it is. And I'm not like the super camera expert either to make that shit happen, as you well know watching my videos. But I do give you the honest truth. And I can tell you, with the porting and the 18-degree grip angle, this thing shoots fantastic. I mean, I was doing a lot of shooting one-handed. Not really an issue at all. And when I mean not really, I mean, you know, one-handed, if you're doing rapid fire, of course, you're going to be flipping a little bit because you're on one-handed. But very manageable and actually very comfortable. It actually shot, I'm going to say it's dead even with the 365 XL. I know one of the viewers asked me about that, you know, how would it be against the 365 XL? I would say this thing was perfect, man. It was the same snap as the XL, which to me isn't a lot at all. It was pretty close to actually this, because I shot this also just to compare. And it's not much difference, you know. I mean, a little bit more accurate probably with this because you have a longer barrel, also, so you got a longer sight radius. But to me, it was pretty damn good for such a small pistol. And I'll be honest with you, I had one of the older shields, and it was a little bit snappy to me, but this one just felt good. You know, so I would definitely take this over the Hellcat. I've shot the Hellcat and I shot the regular 365, and I did not like it because it was too snappy, but this was fine. I liked it. You know, like I said, my only issue with this is the damn fucking slide release. All right, so if other people out there still having this issue, or if you worked it out, I know there's a workaround. A couple of people have been telling me they use a nail file to kind of go in there. I don't know if I can show that to you. Again, because my camera angle sucks. And it's kind of dirty because I haven't cleaned it yet. I cleaned it before I took it out, and I'll put in the comments, you know, clean your guns before, that's why you have the slide problem. No, I cleaned it before that, but I haven't cleaned it since I came back from shooting today. All right, so in there, supposedly you can use a nail file to clean, to file down the slide release a little bit and kind of round it out, and then take away that issue. There's a couple people commented on that, so I might try that instead of sending it back to Smith & Wesson. Again, I mean, you can see how dirty the barrel is right now. Let's try this again. Let's see. Damn. Nah, you can see I'm not fucking around. So let's do it this way. So actually, what I'm going to do, and again, this is a snap cap that's in here, so don't panic. I'm going to slap in a mag. See? Again, it's a snap cap, so don't freak out. I'm pointing out myself. Nothing. No. Shit ain't happening. All right, well, I will again keep you updated on any more info, or if I do file that little piece in there to make it work. But my theory, once again, is to make sure you're able to shoot one-handed. And I'm probably going to do a video on that too for people, because I honestly think, in my opinion, you should practice one-handed shooting, whichever hand is your dominant hand, or eye. Just in case for those kind of situations. Everybody talks about, your perfect grip and getting, the angle just correct and all that crap. But you don't talk about when the shit happens and the shit hits the fan. Again, when something really happens bad, that you have to draw your gun, you might need that other hand to help defend yourself as you're drawing. So you might have to pop off a round one-handed. So you want to make sure you're proficient at it. So make sure you're able to shoot one-handed at least one round. Now, I know, again, like I said, if you're shooting multiple shots one-handed, you're going to be bouncing up and down a little bit. I know I am. Once I start going, if I rapid fire and I do double taps, I'm like, my aim starts going up because I don't have that much control on it. But I could definitely shoot. I actually probably shoot better one-handed my first shot. All right. I don't know why. Maybe it's my dominant eye is taking over and it's lining up perfectly with that sight with my right hand. I can shoot a heck of a lot better and more accurate just that first shot with one hand than I do with two. But again, that's me. I'm fucking crazy, so. By the way, just so you know, I do have a holster for this that I picked up on Amazon. This is made by a company called Ampersand, I think it is. Let me tell you. Yeah, Ampersand. It was like $22, because they have like a $5 coupon on there. So it's a pretty good inside the waistband holster. It doesn't say Shield Plus on it because these actually fit the Shield holsters. But I actually like it. Now, it does have a tension screw over here. They give you a little Allen key with it, to make it tighter retention. I don't like my retention too tight. Just tight enough to hold the gun in there, but not too tight that you're pulling your damn pants off or your belt up to get it out. This is also able to cant, and the edges are actually smoothed out pretty damn good for a $20-something holster, $22 holster, $23, whatever the hell it was. I liked it so much that I bought one for my P365 XL. Same thing, great edges on it. So if you need a holster in a pinch, on Amazon, you get it delivered the next day or 2 days later. And I'm probably actually going to link it down below for you. If I can figure that shit out, how to do it, for you guys to get them. And, I have theories on holsters. There's a lot of holster companies out there. I used to love Concealment Express, mainly because they were based in Florida at the time. And they were cheap. They were like $30, $35. Now all of a sudden, like $50, $60. Like I realize people got to make a buck, but the more you sell, you can make the same buck if it's a little cheaper. All right, don't get me started on that. But what a lot of people don't understand with holsters too is they go in, they get all these fancy colors put on it, and oh look, I spent an extra $20 on Cryptic Silver Wolf. Okay, who's seeing that shit? It's in your pants. Right? So nobody's seeing it except for you. If you're sticking this down your pants, unless you got a date and he or she, is impressed when you take off your pants and they see a nice Cryptic Kydex holster. Otherwise, nobody's seeing it. So why are you paying that extra money for all that shit? Again, these edges are smoothed out. Clip is, I guess, a plastic clip. You could change it out if you want. I might try an experiment and do belt loop kind of clips. I'll let you know how that goes. But I like it. And yeah, so I'll probably, if I can figure out how to do a link below, I'll do that for you. Enough of me babbling on. So if you have any questions or comments, put it down below. If you want to argue with me and say I'm wrong about certain things, shooting one-handed and the slide release, slide lock, go ahead. For people who watched the first video, I'll probably put that first video in the link also. Thank you for all the comments on it. I appreciate it. And please like and subscribe. it does help, you know, even though like I don't make money off of YouTube shit, you know, I really don't make any money on YouTube. I only do this out of goodness, to try to help people out there, you know, and give honest reviews, not like a lot of shells that are out there. Um, like and subscribe so we can get around those YouTube algorithms, and also it gets my videos to come up when people type in Shield Plus or whatever the case is. You know, the more people that like it and subscribe to it, you know, my channel helps build it up. All right. Again, thank you. You know, I'm going to see maybe if I could borrow or get my hands on the new Ruger that came out. I'm a big fan of Ruger also. They have the Max something, I think it's called, you know, Max 9 or something. Same size as the Shield Plus, so I'd like to kind of compare that. So stay tuned for that if I can get my hands on one of them again. I don't get them sent free by the gun companies. You know, I paid for my Shield Plus, you know, so pay for my XL. But I'll see if I can get my hands on one. I can borrow one. I don't have the cash right now to go buy one. That's all I got to say. All right. Thank you, folks. And like and subscribe.